RC family, I'm back. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Everything been good? And trying to get ready for this race. It's SIC. So yeah, flip this around. Working on this engine again. So we here. Got it broke down. I just went on and took the head off the engine. Let me get y'all hooked up in here so I can show y'all exactly what's going on. Okay. But yeah, I went on and took the head off. See, the head, everything looks good. The head's good. It's just a little faded on top. So I may just, it don't look bad, but I may just put a prototype head on and just let it be all black. I believe I go that route, because it's faded. It don't look that bad, but it is a little faded. You know, the head button, the original one, is good. It just don't have that seal like this new one. See, this new one got the seal. This one don't. This one does. So we going with this one. So took the head off. So now I'm trying to take the sleeve out, and I'm using the sleeve removing tool that was made by Rex Welch. Sent me this before he passed away. Oh man, I miss my homeboy. But yeah, he sent me this after I did the interview with him. Y'all go back on my YouTube and look at my interview with Rex Welch, RW Mods, Rex Welch. He reviewed all types of engines, reds, all of them. Just told the truth about it. Broke them down to the timing, all that. My OG listeners, they know exactly who I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm using my Rex Welch RW Mods engine removal tool. So you just put it in. See these ridges? I'm gonna put these ridges. In the port of the sleeve, up against the port, or inside the port. So when the piston push it up, it'll push the sleeve up. When the piston hit the bottom of this, it'll push the sleeve up because the ridges are in the port of the sleeve. So put it in. Okay, got it in the port. So I'm just gonna turn the crank, and the sleeve should come up. Let me get in there good. So the sleeve should come up. And there it is. There it is. Just that easy. So this the old sleeve. We're gonna replace this sleeve. It's 5-port sleeve. See, we got the exhaust port. See, like I said, it look good. Been running at TNR fuel. Everything looks fresh, look good, see? But it is worn now. So 5-port exhaust port. 1, 2, 3. From port 4, 5. These are just the boost ports. 5-port sleeve. So we're gonna replace it with this sleeve. I'm gonna show y'all. Get this piston out. Just a second, get this piston out. So yeah. But yeah, we're trying to make this a beast, y'all. It's gonna be a beast. Everything go well. Like I said, I gotta take this carburetor off, take this carb off, and put on this one. 3 needle in it. And make this bad baby come alive for real. Got gonna put the DLC coated crank with the balance slugs in it. So just gonna wake it up, rebuild. Just gonna wake it up, Make that beast come alive. So, see, it already got the back diamond back plate. This thing's slippery. So yeah. So got the black diamond plate. I might switch this one. I got another. It's been rubbing a little bit right there. So I may got two. So I might use this one. I might use this one. A bit of better shape. So I'm gonna go with that one. Put that one to the side. Let's see how this one fit on here. Right quick. Okay, it's good to go. I'll put that up there by the crank. So you're gonna put the screws back in here so we'll know where everything is. So when we get ready to reassemble. This is you have everything where it need to go and get ready to reassemble it back. So put the screws in now. That's what I always do, put the screws back. And pretty much everything that I'm taking loose so I can know how to put it back in. I have all my screws right there together. So it'd be just a quick in and out. So take this piston out. Okay. So the pistons look pretty good. Pistons look pretty good. So yeah. So I'm gonna show y'all the compression on this sleeve. See, it really should stop. See how far it comes up? It really should stop. If I can get it back out. But yeah, it really should stop. It really should stop like it. It shouldn't come up that high. So let me grab something real quick and get some grip stuff. Slippery. So yeah. Push it back down. Got a piece of plastic so it won't scratch nothing. So use this plastic so it won't scratch nothing. I may have to turn this thing down. It's got a little bit, like I said, it's still running. It had a little bit of compression. All right, y'all, let me turn y'all off right quick. Y'all pause, let me get this out. All right, RC family. Woo. Got it out. But yeah, got it out. So yeah, it's not supposed to come way up. Not gonna get stuck, but that far. It's supposed to be stopped like right there. But you saw how far it came up in the sleeve. Like I said, it still had a little bit of compression, but not a lot. So we're gonna replace it with this sleeve. See. So we're gonna replace it with that one. So But yeah, well, got that out, and we're gonna replace it with this one, and get this screw back out. So yeah, I just want to show y'all that. Like I said, the piston, when it got real good compression, it's supposed to come up to right there. Right there. Good compression. So, all right, y'all. Let me get this crank out, and come back to you. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. I want to show y'all this trick too. Y'all get y'all a good pair of shock pliers, your shock pliers. Hold your shock shafts. You know how when you put the screw in the crank like this, it's a tip, TTR-10 tip. You know, you put the screw in the front of the crank like this to get the engine to turn over to get this piston out. Get your shock pliers and put it on the crank like this. Like you're doing your shock shaft. Just get your wrench. There you go. Just get your wrench. Here you go. 2.5. Get your wrench, hold it like this. And there you go. You ain't got to worry about your shaft turning on you. Anyway, I can do it like this, or either with that tool, I can take the carb out. I got to take it out anyway, and put another tool in there to keep it from turning too. So, but you can do it, like I said, there's another way you can do it again with your shock shaft, your shock pliers. Hold your shocks, do your shock shafts and stuff with. All right, y'all. Let me get this out. I'll come back to you. So yeah, y'all. I went on to put some bearing, put a real bearing in here. So I want to show y'all this right quick. I just want to I want to show y'all the process, but I don't want it to be boring. So I'm gonna show y'all the process. I'm just gonna have to play some music in the background. I just want my RC family to see, you know, you don't have to be scared to you know, disassemble your engines. But first, I definitely would recommend you watching some videos on how to do it first, and then do it, because stuff has to go in a certain way. Like your piston has to go in with the oil hole facing towards the inside of the engines. So, but yeah, this is my bearing tool. So, but yeah, I did replace the rear bearing. So yeah, so now it's time to put the crank in. This is the old crank right here. It still got 2 slugs. I told you this was a powerful engine, you know what I'm saying, from the jump. Like I said, it just got some runtime on it, so I'm gonna replace this. I can put this in something else. This is still good. This crank for this DLC coated crank got 2 slugs in it, so replace that. Put this in. Make sure this is right. Just make sure, ain't no rush. Just make sure everything is in flush and straight. So I'm making sure everything is in straight. Got my bearings in there. I'm gonna use some of my Team TTR oil. Put a little oil down in there. So I'm gonna grease this bearing, grease the shaft up too. So yeah, just trying to make sure everything's straight. So just make sure, take my time, take your time. Make sure everything's flush. See down there now? Everything flush. Sometimes you have to be a little forceful with it to get it in, but everything's in there straight. Everything flush. So, okay, got that. Now, we're gonna turn the piston, turn the crank with the shaft at the bottom of the engine like this. Now I'm gonna put the piston in, put some little oil on that too. And with this, like I said, y'all see this little hole right there? That's like your oil hole. See that little hole? That hole right there is your oil hole that the oil goes into to lubricate your engine. So that part of the engine goes towards the front of the engine. And it's kind of easy to do it on the Reds because Reds has the Reds logo embroidered on the engine. So you already know when you see that to put that towards the back of the engine. You see, it says Reds. See, that goes towards the back of the engine when you see the Reds. If you got a Reds engine. So what I do is turn it upside down. So turn it upside down and take your time. Get it in there good. Okay, see, I put the shaft, part of the crank, the shaft on the crank at the bottom first, and then once I got my piston down in there where I want it, then I turned the crank to where the shaft is up, and then slid the piston on top of the crank shaft like that, as you can see down in there. So turn it back down to bottom dead. Now I'm gonna put the sleeve. We're gonna go with this sleeve right here. Put a little oil on the sleeve. So this notch, is for my newbies. This notch goes over that little notch right there on the right here on the block. That little notch right there. So I'm trying to keep that straight. Keep everything straight. Keep everything lubed up. Ain't no rush for real. I know a lot of people fast forward this part, but I want my newbers, my new fellas to see this, you know, when they get ready to do it. Even for y'all overheads too. So just take your time. Sometimes it be stubborn to get down in there flush. I don't want to push it too hard. Don't go too fast. So I'm doing this just to move it up just a little bit off the piston. I'm trying to make sure everything's straight and even. I'm doing this on the out. Do not do this on the inside of your piston. Doing this on the outside. Do not put no metal to metal on the inside of your engine. On the outside of the sleeve only. Then when you do it with that, be gentle. So I'm just trying to line it up so it'll slide on down. So it looks like it's lined up straight. Okay. So we got it. Got that good carbon on top of the piston. Okay, we got that. So we got that. Sorry about that, y'all. We got that lined up. Now we're gonna go ahead on and install the carb. Make sure it's down flush like that. 2.0. This carb screw, I'm gonna put on this carb screw. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. Okay. On this carburetor screw, put just a little bit of Loctite. Just a dab. Just really literally a dab. Because you don't want it too tight, but you don't want it to come loose. And because you might have to, you know, adjust it to the right position for your throttle linkage. So I'm just gonna snug it, not all the way tight. That's good right there. Now I'm gonna go with the make sure my shims on it. Go with the new head, new button. Shims. Make sure the shims right. I'm gonna switch out that glow plug. This plug already in there. So this button, y'all see these two dots? These two dots go to the back of the engine where the exhaust port is. Just position those. Make sure these shims are on right. Do this like this. So I want these shims to be on point. What I'm gonna do is put just a little dab of grease just to make sure these shims stay in place. Just a little dab of grease around here, so just to hold the shims in place. If they shift on you and it won't stay in there, use just a little bit. Make sure there's two dots at the rear. One coming off, but it's okay. So, two dots at the rear. Two dots at the rear. Now, we're gonna go with the prototype head. Just like that. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna tighten down some of my head screws. Tighten that one down a little bit. Tighten the other one diagonal. We're gonna go in a star pattern. Just like that. Just tighten down just a little bit. The other two, I'm just gonna put Loctite on these so they won't come loose. Run a bead down the threads, just like that. Okay. Tighten this one all the way down. Just like that, snug. Take this one out. See, that way, the head is held in place by the ones you just snug down until you can get Loctite on all the screws, like that. Snug these down. Snug them down like that. Snug. Snug. The ones you didn't put no Loctite on, you're going to take them out. KJ working them hands, but just like isn't fast forward. It's just like it's in fast forward for real. But now I just want y'all to see this, cause just don't want nobody to be afraid to do this. Like I said, please do watch video. Watch your video and get a good idea how everything goes together and come loose. You know what I'm saying? Come apart. I don't want you to mess your engine up, but there's nothing to be afraid of. If you can build a kit, you can do this. But watch a video. You just saw this, go back and rewind it and just get the idea how everything come apart. Snug this back down. Only thing you gotta remember is when you take the piston out and you got that oil hole, the oil hole goes in the rod. It goes facing the front of the engine, towards the front, facing the front, like facing the carburetor. When you put it back on the crankshaft, put the Loctite. So yeah, that goes. So that's it. That's it. I still gotta do the back plate. So just snug it down, just tight. You gotta be gorilla tight. Tight, X pattern. Tight, hands a little greasy. Tight. Tight. So tighten these down. Tight. We're in the X pattern. Now you got everything tight with the little Loctite on it. So we got that done. You hear that engine? Look at that. You can hear the compression already. I ain't got the back plate on. Listen. Listen to that. You hear that? I ain't even got the back plate sealed on yet. So when you put your back plate on, roll your piston. You don't want it down low. When you put the back plate on, roll it up. Roll the piston up like that. Because you don't see when reds, they got this cutout part. That's where the piston skirt, head of the piston skirt come down. When it's at the bottom of the stroke, it rests. It comes down and it goes down into this groove in your back plate. So you want your piston to be up when you put your back plate on, because you don't want to break the skirt of your piston head. Okay, that's it. And we're gonna do it pretty much the same way like we did the head of the engine. As far as we're gonna put a little Loctite here, snug, star pattern, so you'll lock in. Yeah, just like that. Ain't nothing to it. Now, if you use like I said, this piston that I got in here is used, but it's in very good shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and I don't have to re-break this in, but if you do a brand new piston and sleeve, you do have to re-break your engine in if you do this. So right now I'm just putting Loctite on it, y'all. So yeah, so that's it. That's it. Rebuilt. Ready to rumble. Now we just got to tune her up. Got to tune her up. Ready to go. Just that simple. Listen. Listen at that compression. Listen. Hear that? So all right, y'all, that's how you do it. Just that quick. It don't take long. It don't take long at all. Gonna mount this up and let it rip. We're gonna do a rip test session tomorrow. See how it rip. See how it rips. And y'all stay tuned for that. All right, y'all. EKJ 24,000. Hey, if you ain't ripping, you tripping. Let the haters be the motivators. Action speak louder than words. Hey, we just built this beast. Now it's time to let it eat. All right, y'all. Later. Let y'all hear this again. Listen to this baby. Listen to it. Beast mode. Listen. Listen to that baby. Ooh. EKJ.